Hi, my name is Brooke Pruitt, and I'm going to give a short presentation about the Hofstede values and other key information that you would need to know before traveling to Denmark. I'd like to start off with some fun facts. So the Danish have been rated the #1 happiest people in the world for 2 years in a row now. The Danish language has no translation for please. Their flag is the oldest state flag that's still used today, used by an independent nation, and Legos are actually from Denmark. Now I'm going to talk about the Hofstede values. I'd like to note over here that I have a comparison between the United States and Denmark. Their Hofstede values from 0 to 100. This blue is the United States and the gray is Denmark. So for power difference, equality is super high on their values. They really value equality. So discriminatory jokes or anything to make somebody else look better than someone is frowned upon. You'll get recognized for your hard work over time, and not to individual accomplishments you shouldn't boast about it. And they have a really informal atmosphere here too. So guys would wear jeans and a polo, and girls would wear maybe a nice blouse and jeans to work. It's pretty informal there. As for individualism, we're both pretty high on the scale for here. But from what I understand, it seems that the work life in Denmark is more we oriented. We accomplished this today. The company did this today. But when it comes to home life, it's more they are worried about themselves and their immediate family. So that's why they don't really talk about their personal lives. So keeping small talk to a minimum is probably something you'd like to do when you get there. And they also have a really direct form of communication. So what I mean by that is they very informative. They're there to teach you and coach you more than tell you what to do. Masculine or feminine. So as you can see from the comparison, we are very different in this category at the Hofstede values. It's kind of described as either best in the field or best quality of life, and we're really who's better. It's competition. But when it comes to Denmark, it's more it's more about getting things done and the quality of work and the quality of life. Standing out there isn't necessarily a good thing, but they're really good about compromising and negotiating and figuring things out. And they have a big value on balancing your home and work life. Which is why incentives at work there would be more like having flexible hours that work with your schedule, or being able to work from home if you need to. Those are the incentives that they would have, where here in the United States it's more driven on we want a raise, we want money, that kind of thing. So uncertainty avoidance. This is the future. Are we going to try and control what happens, or just let it happen and work with what we've got? So they are pretty low on this. They don't need predictability and structure in everything. They're flexible. But that being said, they're still respectful. So being punctual is important. If you're going to be late, you need to tell them. You need to text them, just like you would here in the United States. They're very curious about other people. That's just something the way they're raised. So they'll ask about our culture, but keep it a little bit more informative and not too personal. And it's really okay to say I don't know there. And maybe sometimes in higher role positions here in the United States, it's maybe pressureful to have the answer to everything. But there, it's really okay to just say I don't know, and they're a lot more valued on team and getting a consensus of everyone. So. But it's really okay there to let people know if you don't know. Long-term orientation. So they're pretty low on this. They want quick results with with absolute truth. So they need the right answer, but they want it quick. They have a really big respect for tradition there. And reciprocating greetings, gifts, and favors is kind of something I really read about. They, when you go, if they invite you to dinner over there, it's kind of a thing that you should bring roses. Like, it's just, they invited you over for dinner, so you do something nice for them. It's respectful too. I guess we go back to that. So that's something else to think about. Indulgence, our last of the Hofstede values. We're both pretty similar on this one. This is controlling your desires and impulses, so to speak. So us and Denmark, we both buy things that that we want. We don't hold back. So we buy a lot of stuff we want, and the reason is that they want to, or they attribute a lot of that to, it's increasing their quality of life. So they do spend their money, and they have really positive attitudes there. So let me give you a summary real quick of the Hofstede values, of what they really value. Equality and respect are really high up there. Balancing their home and work life is really important, and getting quick results but getting quick, accurate results. That's probably why they're such a good business country. Some other necessary facts that I thought, their language is Danish, if I didn't mention that before. Their currency is krones, and they, to give you a better idea of that, $1 US equals about 7 krones. But if you were to go out to eat in like Copenhagen, the capital, it would probably cost for a sit-down dinner $100 to $200 or 200 krones. So that makes it, so their cost of living is a little bit more expensive. They also have really high tax rates, but this is because this also balances out their income levels a lot. So there's not really rich people and really poor people, which lowers the crime rates. They're also very clean. Denmark is a very clean country, and they get benefits such as free health care, and their public school systems are, they're really nice and clean. They're trained. They keep, a lot of that money goes to maintenance on that stuff too. So some recommendations I would make before traveling there is start now, avoiding just any kind of discriminatory anything. Modesty, being modest, and not just in your attire, but in your accomplishments. You don't need to boast about it. You'll get recognized for it. Practice the language. Like I said, they're really curious people, and they would appreciate that we would go there and try and put an effort forward to learn their language. But most of all, be open-minded. This is a great opportunity, and you're going to get the most from it by being open-minded. So we're going to visit them. It's their country. We should try to understand their way of living. So thank you, and let's have a safe trip.